I'm here today to do a non-spoiler review of Alison Noel's Unrivaled. This is the first book in her Beautiful Idol series, and I'm going to give you my non-spoiler thoughts. I gave this book like 3.5, 4 stars, and I'll tell you a little bit why, but let me give you a basic premise. It's about basically it's told from basically 4 perspectives. It's told from these 3 teenagers who wind up being club promoters in LA, and there's Aster, Layla, and Tommy. And they are working in or living in LA, trying to make a living in the big city. And they all kind of have some ties to the entertainment industry. Layla wants to be an actress. Tommy wants to be a musician. Layla wants to be a blogger, like a big blogger, and she wants to go to journalism school. Layla wants to be an actress, and Tommy wants to be a musician. And they all have kind of secrets that come out during the novel that you learn about, but that's like their basic premise. And then the other point of view you get is Madison, who is this big celebrity get that the competition that they're in as club promoters to get the biggest names they can in their club, because they're all promoting different clubs. The highest person on that list is Madison, and she's like this very, very high profile celebrity. And that's basically the premise. So the book starts off with a chapter that reveals that Madison goes missing, and then that's a month ago. So a majority of the book is like a prequel to that moment. So you learn everything going up to it. And there's the best way I could describe this novel is it's Gossip Girl and A-List meets Gone Girl and The Hills. Like that's like the base. It's like very, very glitzy and very, very Hollywood, and it's very like you really see the seedy side of Hollywood, and I like that. I think that it's a good comparison to the TV show The Hills, because you see like the behind the scenes stuff that you don't necessarily see, especially like the first season of The Hills. Like for one thing, LA is all glamour and glitz, but it's sometimes really not, and that's what these 3 characters go through. So in addition to their chapters where you try to get them to like get these high gets so that they are on top of the list and they don't get cut because it's a big competition, there's this guy and his name is Ira, and he has some unexpected connections to the 3 main characters that you learn about in the first couple of chapters, but I won't spoil them. And he's kind of like, if you've read Harry Potter, he's kind of like the Dumbledore in the situation. He kind of controls everything, but he's not jolly. He's not happy. He's just very, very much like a master manipulator, and he is constantly putting the pieces where he thinks that they need to be. But Madison's point of view, I think, was probably my most interesting, because she's not like a typical celebrity. She has a lot of dark secrets, and maybe she isn't who you think she is. So the chapters of her come across very like dangerous. And you don't really know what she's going to do. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't even know. I still don't know when she goes missing what really happened. So I'll be very intrigued to see book 2, what actually comes out of that. You know, she's missing, but is she really missing, or did she run away? And I think that that's probably the most interesting, compelling part of this novel. And I also think it's really interesting because you also have the blogosphere and news making appearance. So I really, really like that. The characters were great. I think out of my 3, I really, really like the character of Tommy. I think his story I just really, really connected with, and I really, really liked. And the interrelationship between those 3 characters, Aster, Layla, and Tommy, wasn't all positive. And I think a lot of times when characters are put in a very, very similar situation, they automatically like become best friends. And I think that this novel took it in a very different direction, but I really liked it. And I'm very excited to see how their relationships will change in book 2. The one thing I didn't like about this novel is the pacing. I really was, once Madison, like after the first part of the book when it's revealed Madison went missing, the chunk to get to Madison missing took so long. So I think that part was just like a waiting game. I'm like, okay, when is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? So I really wanted that part to be a little bit shorter, and I wanted the Madison missing part to be a little bit longer, because it really wasn't. It was maybe like 20% of the book. So I understand like the world building and stuff like that, but it was a little bit too much of a slow burn for me. And I also wanted to see more of Madison in that situation, but I wanted it to be a shorter time, because I think she's a very, very interesting character. So overall, the timing is the only thing I had a little bit of a problem with overall. But overall, I really like the book, and I'm very, very excited to read the next book, which I don't know what it's called, but I think it comes out next year. This is the first thing I've read by Alison Noel. I know she has a lot of different series. She has some fantasy, she has some supernatural, she has some contemporary. But I picked this up just because I've been in a crazy contemporary mood, and this had a little bit of mystery. But it really did remind me a little bit of Gone Girl and a little bit of like The Hills and The A-List. So if you like those series, I highly recommend you check it out. I have a non-spoiler review on my blog if you want to go down and comment it. If you guys want to comment and let me know if I like this, what other series by now Alison Noel do you think I should read? But overall, I gave it 3.5, 4 stars, and that rating might improve depending on how the sequel is. But I hope you guys are having a great day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!